On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Jihad.
A concept in Islam referring to a struggle or effort, often internal, to uphold or defend the faith, which can be interpreted in different ways, including as a spiritual or political struggle.
Examples:
Jihad of knowledge. Nonviolent jihad. Many scholars argue that the true meaning of jihad is to strive for personal betterment and to defend justice and peace.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Aggression.
The act of attacking or assaulting, hostile or violent behavior.
Examples:
Aggression by a hostile country. Naked aggression. The dog's aggression made it difficult for its owners to take it for a walk.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Desire.
A strong feeling of wanting to have or do something.
Examples:
Unsatisfied desire. Fleshly desire. Low sexual desire typically correlates with low testosterone levels.
Relief.
A feeling of happiness and relaxation that comes when something burdensome is removed or reduced.
Examples:
Tax relief. Sigh of relief. He devoted his life to establishing a humanitarian relief fund.
Noble.
Having or showing excellent personal qualities or high moral principles that people admire.
Examples:
A noble family. Noble gas. He is a noble-minded man.
Chivalrous.
Characterized by qualities associated with knights, such as honor, courtesy, bravery, and a commitment to serving and protecting others, especially women.
Examples:
Chivalrous behavior. Chivalrous knight. He was always chivalrous towards women, opening doors and carrying their bags.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Horrific.
Causing horror or disgust, gruesome and terrifying.
Examples:
Horrific experience. Horrific condition. The accident scene was horrific, with bodies and debris scattered everywhere.
Brutality.
The quality or state of being cruel or savage.
Examples:
Military brutality. Brutality against civilians. The protesters were outraged by the police brutality they witnessed at the demonstration.
Strive.
To try very hard to do, achieve, or obtain something.
Examples:
Strive hard to get. Strive for excellence. They strive to make their dream come true.
Utmost.
Greatest in degree, extent, or intensity, of the highest or greatest importance, significance, or priority.
Examples:
Utmost importance. With utmost care. I did my utmost to complete the project before the deadline.
Exertion.
The act of using one's energy, effort, or strength to achieve something, a physical or mental effort that produces a result.
Examples:
Physical exertion. Exertion of energy. The intense exertion required to climb the mountain left him feeling exhausted.
Spiritual.
Relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
Examples:
Constant spiritual striving. Spiritual leader. The meditation class was focused on finding inner peace and cultivating a more spiritual connection with the universe.
Purification.
The process of removing impurities, contaminants, or pollutants from something, often through a chemical or physical process, the act of cleansing or purging morally or spiritually.
Examples:
Purification technology. Air purification. The water purification system removed all contaminants and made the water safe to drink.
Devotion.
Great loyalty and love or deep consideration for someone or something.
Examples:
Devotion for Buddhism. Selfless devotion. Their devotion to each other was beautiful.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Transformation.
A complete change in form, nature, or appearance of someone or something.
Examples:
The transformation of a tadpole into a frog. Cast a transformation spell. Understanding unitary transformations of a normal matrix require considerable mathematical sophistication.
Wisdom.
The quality of being wise, or the ability to use your knowledge and experience to make sensible decisions.
Examples:
A fountain of wisdom. Wisdom literature. The community greatly respected and sought after the older adult's wisdom.
Remembrance.
The act of remembering or honoring a person, event, or thing from the past, a memory or memento.
Examples:
Remembrance Day. Eternal remembrance. The annual remembrance ceremony honors those who sacrificed their lives for the country.
Strict.
Strongly limiting someone's freedom, allowing no deviation from a standard, rule, belief, etc.
Examples:
Strict compliance regime. In strict secrecy. Too strict a regulation for the private sector will stifle innovation.
Outweigh.
To be heavier, more significant, or more critical than something.
Examples:
Outweigh the benefit. Outweigh our wishes. The advantages would undoubtedly outweigh the disadvantages.
Entail.
To involve or require something as necessary, particularly as a consequence of a particular situation or action, to impose a burden or restriction on something.
Examples:
Entail legal consequences. Entail risks. The job offer entails a lot of responsibility and hard work.
Verse.
A type of poetry that is characterized by a metrical structure and often a rhyme scheme.
Examples:
Cited verse. Verse play. The poet recited a verse from her latest collection.
Cancel.
To decide that a previously scheduled activity will not take place.
Examples:
Cancel a class. Cancel a free subscription trial. When customers cancel their reservations, they lose the deposit they made.
Forgiveness.
The act of stopping feeling angry or resentful towards someone for a mistake or offense with compassion.
Examples:
Forgiveness of liabilities. Beg for forgiveness. He gained debt forgiveness.
Benevolence.
The quality or any act of kindness or well-doing.
Examples:
Display benevolence. Render benevolence to people. They have both virtue and benevolence.
Patience.
The ability to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, delay, or frustration. The capacity to tolerate or endure difficult or unpleasant situations without becoming upset or angry.
Examples:
Test my patience. Show patience. Healing a broken heart requires patience, as it takes time to heal.
Circumstance.
The specific conditions or events that surround a particular situation or occurrence.
Examples:
Circumstance of birth. Circumstance of injury. She explained the circumstances surrounding the accident.
Permissive.
Allowing or characterized by a tolerance for behavior that is unorthodox or unacceptable.
Examples:
Assume a permissive attitude. Permissive society. The school has a permissive dress code and allows students to wear whatever they want.
Hijack.
To seize control of an airplane or other vehicle during an operation, especially with violence.
Examples:
Hijack a helicopter. Hijack a phone number. He made a desperate effort to hijack an airliner.
Pervert.
To change the inherent purpose or function of something. To influence somebody to behave in morally unacceptable ways. To corrupt or lead astray. Noun, a person who engages in sexual behavior or has sexual interests that are considered abnormal or deviant by society.
Examples:
Pervert justice. Pervert young men. The teacher warned the students not to pervert the story's meaning by twisting the facts.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
Struggle against discrimination. Struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Undergo.
To go through something unpleasant or that involves a change.
Examples:
Undergo surgery. Undergo a decrease. The train has to undergo rigorous safety checks.
Difficulty.
A condition or state that causes problems.
Examples:
The degree of difficulty. Difficulty in breathing. He has difficulty exercising because of a back injury sustained in an accident.
Fascist.
Relating to or supporting fascism, which is a political ideology that emphasizes authoritarian government, nationalism, and suppression of political opposition and individual liberties.
Examples:
Fascist propaganda. Fascist policies. The regime was accused of being fascist for their oppressive tactics.
Strengthen.
To become stronger or more effective, to make someone or something stronger or more effective.
Examples:
Strengthen the immune system. Strengthen a border patrol. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body.
Honesty.
The quality of being truthful, sincere, and morally upright, adherence to moral and ethical principles.
Examples:
Honesty policy. Honesty box. A culture of honesty in the workplace leads to better communication and productivity.
Trustworthy.
Reliable and dependable.
Examples:
Trustworthy ally. Trustworthy source. People tend to believe trustworthy friends with their secrets.
Compassion.
A strong feeling of sympathy and sadness for another's suffering or bad luck.
Examples:
Feel compassion for the poor. Have compassion toward the accident. His infinite love and compassion for everyone never weary.
Reliability.
The quality of being able to be trusted or believed in doing what someone desires or requires.
Examples:
Improve reliability. Reliability test. The incident threw questions on her motivations and reliability.
Academic.
Associated with schools, colleges, and universities, especially studying and thinking, not with practical skills.
Examples:
Academic probation. An academic discussion. An excellent historian must possess an academic mentality.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
Financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Terribly.
Very badly, to a great extent or very much.
Examples:
Suffer terribly. I am terribly sorry. His arm was swollen and terribly red.
Pit.
A hole in the ground or a cavity in a surface, a place for storing or holding something, a section of a theater or sports arena where people can sit.
Examples:
The bottomless pit. The pit of the stomach. The pit of the avocado can be removed by gently wedging a spoon around it.
Destitute.
Lacking basic material necessities such as food, shelter, and clothing, impoverished.
Examples:
Destitute refugees. Living in destitute conditions. The hurricane left many families destitute and without homes.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Horrible.
Extremely unpleasant or bad, causing fear or disgust.
Examples:
horrible accident, horrible smell. The experience was horrible and left a lasting impression.
Murder.
The crime of killing somebody intentionally.
Examples:
murder in the second degree, attempted murder. This intriguing murder mystery remains unsolved.
Wit.
The ability to say or write things or ideas in a clever and humorous way.
Examples:
the wit of man, full of wit. He has the wit to keep talking about this topic.
Corps.
A large group of people trained and organized for a particular purpose, such as the military or a performing arts troupe.
Examples:
airborne corps, corps artillery. The corps arrived at the front lines just in time to reinforce the exhausted soldiers.
Starvation.
A severe lack of food that leads to malnutrition and, ultimately, death.
Examples:
die of starvation, starvation wages. The drought led to widespread starvation in the region.
Wanton.
Causing harm or damage deliberately and showing no care at all, casual and unrestrained in sexual behavior.
Examples:
wanton destruction, wanton spending. She cast wanton eyes at him. Senseless. Lacking meaning, purpose, or reason, without sense or sensibility, foolish or irrational.
Examples:
senseless terror attack, senseless slaughter. The senseless act of violence left the community in shock and mourning. Fascinate. To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples:
fascinate the public, fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children. Homeschooling. The practice of educating children at home rather than sending them to a school outside the home, typically done by parents or guardians.
Examples:
homeschooling curriculum, homeschooling resources. Due to the pandemic, many parents have turned to homeschooling to ensure their child's education. Release. To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
release a prisoner, release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild. Flee. To leave by running away, especially out of fear or danger. Examples: flee their homes, flee abroad. It is a basic instinct to flee from a dangerous situation.
Refugee.
A displaced person who has crossed national borders and who cannot or is unwilling to return home due to political, religious, or economic reasons or because of a war.
Examples:
Global refugee crisis. The refugee camp. The community warmly welcomed the refugees.
Atrocity.
Brutal act, an extremely wicked or cruel act.
Examples:
Commit atrocity. Cold-blooded atrocity. The atrocity of the war left many children orphaned.
Injustice.
A violation of the rights of others or the laws of a society.
Examples:
Gross injustice. Injustice system. The injustice of the court's decision angered many people and led to protests.
Keen.
Having or showing quick and eager intelligence or interest.
Examples:
Keen interest. Keen observation. He was keen to learn more about the subject and attended every lecture.
Victim.
A person who has been harmed, injured, or otherwise negatively affected by a particular action, circumstance, or event.
Examples:
Victim support. Victim compensation. The victim of the crime deserves justice and support to recover from the trauma.
Oppress.
To treat people in a cruel and authoritarian way, especially by denying them the same freedoms, rights, etc. as other people.
Examples:
Oppress the minority. Oppress the people with force. Historically, many countries have often oppressed certain religions to gain the support of the majority of the population.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Virtue.
High moral standards in behavior or attitudes.
Examples:
Virtue of frugality. Acquire a virtue. She had many good virtues and few faults.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Sacred.
Connected with religion or religious purposes, worthy of respect or dedication because of a connection with a god.
Examples:
Sacred music. The halo of a sacred image. This space is a private office sacred to the president.
Reward.
A thing given in acknowledgement of service, hard work, achievement, etc.
Examples:
The reward for good works. Shopping rewards cards. Night fishing has a lot of rewards.
Preach.
To deliver a religious or moral message to an audience.
Examples:
Preach the gospel. Preach to the masses. The pastor preached about the importance of forgiveness.
Pioneer.
Inventor, explorer, someone who is among the first to achieve something.
Examples:
Act as a pioneer. Early pioneers. John Whitney was a computer animation pioneer.
Recruit.
To persuade someone to work for a company, to find new members for an organization, the armed forces, etc.
Examples:
Recruit a good worker. Recruit a new hire. The colonial government recruited militia support when civil war broke out.
Confuse.
To mistake one thing for another, to make somebody hard to understand.
Examples:
Confuse the listener. Confuse fantasy with reality. Her remarks confused the debate.
Perversion.
The distortion or corruption of something, typically a natural or normal phenomenon or behavior, into something abnormal, unnatural, or immoral, a sexual behavior or interest that deviates from societal norms or expectations.
Examples:
Sexual perversion. Mental perversion. The investigation uncovered a disturbing perversion of justice within the police department.
Lust.
A strong desire or craving, usually of a sexual nature.
Examples:
Feel a pang of lust. Give in to lust. His lust for money and power drove him to make unethical decisions.
Perpetuate.
To make something continue or prevail for a long time.
Examples:
Perpetuate a myth. Perpetuate chronic pain. That work perpetuates his fame.
Aim.
To try or plan to get or achieve something.
Examples:
Aim at a specific target. Aim to be a nurse. We aim for an overseas expansion.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
Invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Caliphate.
An Islamic state under the leadership of an Islamic steward with the title of caliph.
Examples:
The medieval caliphate. Caliphate lasted for 4 years. During the Caliphate of Umar, many new cities were founded.
Grateful.
Feeling or showing an appreciation of kindness, thankful.
Examples:
A grateful breeze. Put a grateful expression. She was grateful for the help he provided.
Bore.
To make someone feel weary or uninterested, often by talking at length about uninteresting or mundane topics. To cause someone to feel bored or unengaged. Noun, a hole or tunnel drilled or dug into the ground, either for exploration or extraction of natural resources.
Examples:
Bore diameter. Bore him with his stories. The lecture on quantum physics bored me to tears.
Hostility.
Aggressive or unfriendly feelings or behavior.
Examples:
An act of hostility. Bitter hostility. Her unconcealed hostility made us unpleasant.
Enmity.
The state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something.
Examples:
Incur his enmity. Mutual enmity. There is a long-standing enmity between the two countries.
Muslim.
A follower of the religion of Islam.
Examples:
Predominantly Muslim country. Muslim culture. The Muslim community in the city is small but growing.
Bond.
A close emotional connection between two or more people, a certificate of debt that a government or corporation issues to raise money.
Examples:
Bond as a family. Global bond market. They had formed a friendship bond.
Innocent.
Not guilty of a crime, offense, etc., not having an evil mind or knowledge.
Examples:
An innocent child. Thousands of innocent people. My husband was found innocent of any crime.
Lovable.
Deserving or inspiring love and affection.
Examples:
Lovable personality. A lovable creature. The little puppy was lovable and had a playful personality.
Eager.
Showing enthusiasm and a strong desire or interest to do something.
Examples:
Eager anticipation. With eager eyes. The children were eager to start the treasure hunt.
Cruel.
Feeling or showing pleasure in causing pain or suffering to others.
Examples:
A cruel and unusual punishment. Cruel joke. The dictator was known for his cruel and oppressive regime.
Thrust.
To push or drive forcibly, to impose or insert. Noun, the force used in pushing.
Examples:
Thrust a dagger home. Thrust a plate away. The engine thrust the rocket into space.
Explode.
To burst or break open violently and noisily, to cause something to burst or break open.
Examples:
Explode in anger. Explode in popularity. The old building exploded in a fiery inferno.
Mortar.
A mixture of cement, sand, and water used for binding building materials together, a heavy, deep bowl used to pound or grind substances.
Examples:
Mortar joints. Apply mortar. The bricklayer started on the second course of bricks, laying them in fresh mortar.
Shell.
Hard outer covering or case of eggs, nuts, some seeds, and some animals.
Examples:
An egg shell. A mollusk shell. The outermost electron shell determines the chemical properties of an atom.
Trench.
A long, deep ditch made in the ground, usually parallel to a plate boundary and marking a subduction zone. A long ditch built in the ground for carrying away water.
Examples:
Deep sea trench. Trench excavator. A trench was being dug alongside the road by workers.
Deposit.
A sum of money or materials placed or kept in a bank, safety deposit box, or other secure places for safekeeping. A layer of rock, sand, or other material left behind by a flowing liquid or eroding force.
Examples:
Deposit money. Deposit accumulation. I made a deposit at the bank to add money to my account.
Makeshift.
Serving as a temporary substitute or solution, improvised.
Examples:
Makeshift shelter. A makeshift solution. The team set up a makeshift tent for shelter during the storm.
Mud.
A soft, wet, sticky earth or clay.
Examples:
Mud wall. Mud volcano. The mud of the swamp made it difficult to walk through the field.
Hut.
A small, simple, and often crude shelter or dwelling, typically made of natural materials such as wood or mud.
Examples:
Shepherd's hut. Fishing hut. The little girl lived in a small hut in the woods with her family.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Pointless.
Having no purpose or reason, serving no useful function, meaningless or senseless.
Examples:
Pointless argument. Pointless task. The meeting was considered pointless since nothing was accomplished.
Skirmish.
A minor or brief battle or fight, often between small groups or individuals, a dispute, conflict, or argument, usually of short duration.
Examples:
Verbal skirmish. Minor skirmish. The skirmish between the two armies lasted for several hours.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Device.
A piece of equipment, tool, or technology that serves a particular purpose or function, often mechanical or electronic.
Examples:
Electronic device. Tracking device. I always carry a backup device in case my phone runs out of battery.
Harmless.
Not able or not likely to cause damage or harm.
Examples:
Harmless in most people. Harmless substances. Most people thought of him as a harmless eccentric.
Jungle.
An area of tropical forest wherein which trees and plants grow very thickly.
Examples:
Middle of the jungle. Jungle exploration. This village is still in a dense jungle.
Grenade.
A handheld explosive device designed to be thrown or projected toward a target and detonate upon impact or after a specified time.
Examples:
Grenade explosion. Smoke grenade. The soldier threw a grenade to destroy the enemy's bunker.
Launch.
To send or propel something into the air or space using a device such as a rocket, missile, or spacecraft, to make something available or on sale for the first time.
Examples:
Launch a spaceship into orbit. Launch a big attack. The company is set to launch its new product line next month.
Gentle.
Having or showing a kindly or tender nature, soft and mild.
Examples:
In a gentle voice. Gentle downward slope. Her gentle manner relaxed everyone there.
Beg.
To ask for something urgently or earnestly, to appeal to someone to do something.
Examples:
Beg the question. Beg for help. She begged her parents to let her go to the concert.
Rough.
Not quite exact or correct, having or caused by an irregular surface.
Examples:
Rough and tough. Rough estimation. The vehicle bounced along the rough mountain road. Cynical. Believing that people are motivated by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity or integrity.
Examples:
Cynical remarks. Cynical worldview. He was very cynical and didn't believe anything anyone said unless he saw evidence for himself.
Exploit.
To make full use of and gain an advantage from resources, opportunities, etc.
Examples:
Exploit a security hole. Exploit a valuable opportunity. We exploit our mining resources to strengthen our national power.
Glory.
Great honor or success won by notable achievements.
Examples:
Greatest glory. Former glory. It is preferable to die in glory than to live in dishonor. Conflict. A strong disagreement, argument, or a violent clash between two opposing groups or individuals.
Examples:
The conflict between good and evil. The long-standing conflict. He and I often had conflicts, not only in personality, but also in ideology. Rival. A person, company, or thing competing with others for the same thing or in the same area. Examples: Rival bidder. Merge with a rival company. He interfered with his rivals in various ways during the campaign. Petty. Of little importance, trivial or insignificant, characterized by an undue concern for small details or rules, mean or spiteful in trivial matters. Examples: Petty crime. Petty cash. The petty arguments between coworkers were causing a toxic work environment. Warlord. A military leader who has gained control over a region or territory, typically through force or intimidation. A commander of an army or group of soldiers who operates outside the control of a legitimate government. Examples: Tribal warlord. Regional warlord. The warlord's army was well equipped and well trained, making them a formidable force to reckon with. Vulnerable. Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally. Examples: A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Occupy.
To consume all of someone's space, attention, or time.
Examples:
Occupy his time. Occupy a position. The young prince will soon occupy the throne.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples:
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Chasm.
A deep and wide crack or hole in the ground, especially one that is difficult or impossible to cross, a profound difference between two people or groups.
Examples:
A deep and wide chasm. Chasm of death. The chasm of misunderstanding between the two sides seemed impossible to bridge.
Fundraise.
To collect or solicit funds or donations, typically for a charity, nonprofit organization, or political campaign, often through events, campaigns, or online platforms.
Examples:
Fundraise a charity fund. Fundraise for a new shelter. The school is planning to fundraise to purchase new books for the library.
Immerse.
To become fully involved in a particular activity, to dip or submerge in a liquid, especially so that they or it are entirely covered.
Examples:
Immerse the cloth in the dye. Completely immerse the ingredient. He immersed himself in his research.
Applaud.
To express approval of someone or something by clapping the hands.
Examples:
Applaud his courage. Applaud the orchestra. I enthusiastically applaud my rival's achievement.
Celebrated.
Renowned for possessing admirable attributes.
Examples:
Celebrated artist. Celebrated paper. 3 celebrated tenors performed during the president's inauguration.
Disillusion.
To disappoint someone or something because you found that something you believed in or hoped for was not as it seemed.
Examples:
Disillusion the young. Disillusion him about reality. She felt disillusioned with the management and decided to leave.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Instrument.
An object used to make musical sounds, such as a piano, guitar, or drum, a tool or device used for a specific activity, particularly in specialist or scientific work.
Examples:
musical instruments, surgical instruments. This electronic instrument is required to undergo periodic inspections to ensure precision.
Complicit.
Involved in or responsible for a wrongful or unethical act, often through inaction or silence, in cooperation with another person or group.
Examples:
complicit behavior, complicit in cover-up. The accomplice was complicit in the crime committed by her partner.
Misery.
A state of ill-being due to affliction or misfortune.
Examples:
live in misery, untold misery. Our company suffered misery from incurring a heavy loss.
Dare.
To have the courage to do something.
Examples:
dare not go, dare to take risks. I wouldn't dare to speak to him like that.
Extremist.
A person who holds extreme political or religious views and who is willing to use violent or illegal methods to promote those views.
Examples:
extremist political views, radical extremist. The extremist group planned a series of violent attacks to push its agenda.
Regain.
To get something back or recover something after it has been lost or taken away.
Examples:
regain our reputation, regain my health. After years of hard work, he finally regained his financial stability.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
heal a broken bone, heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Ignore.
To intentionally not listen or pay attention to.
Examples:
ignore her advice, ignore a ban. Since independence, the area has been completely ignored.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
art critic, severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
score an advantage, take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Cherish.
To hold someone or something dear, to feel or show affection for someone or something.
Examples:
Cherish a stuffed animal. Cherish relationships. She cherished the memories of her childhood.
Endlessly.
In a way that continues for a long time or seems to have no end or limit.
Examples:
Repeat endlessly. Worry endlessly about our future. The procession of demonstrators was endlessly continuing.
Doubt.
A feeling of being uncertain about something, especially about how good or accurate it is.
Examples:
Dispel doubts. No doubt about the news. Doubt is the start, not the end, of intelligence.
Conviction.
A strong belief or opinion, especially one that is based on principles or evidence, criminal law, a final judgment of guilty in a criminal case, and the punishment that is imposed.
Examples:
Moral conviction. Conviction for murder. She spoke with conviction about the importance of education.
Contemplate.
To think about a possible future action, or to think about something for a long time thoughtfully.
Examples:
Contemplate a marriage. Contemplated leaving school. I recently contemplated dropping out of school and getting a full-time job.
Unjust.
Not fair or equitable, lacking in justice or impartiality, morally unacceptable or wrong.
Examples:
Unjust verdict. Unjust accusation. The ruling was considered unjust by many people in the community.
Uncertain.
Not being sure of something, not being able to choose.
Examples:
Numerous uncertain factors. Take an uncertain attitude. She was uncertain about her friend's intentions.
Assert.
To state something firmly and confidently, often in a way that is intended to convince others that it is true.
Examples:
Assert a free society. Assert a claim for unjust enrichment. She asserted that she was innocent, despite the evidence against her.
Inviolable.
Not to be violated or broken, secure from being violated, desecrated, or compromised.
Examples:
Inviolable security measures. Inviolable principles. The right to privacy is considered inviolable in many democratic societies.
Incontestable.
Unable to be questioned, disputed, or challenged, unquestionable, undeniable, beyond doubt or argument.
Examples:
Incontestable victory. Incontestable fact. The statistics provided undeniable and incontestable proof of the company's success.
Nuanced.
Characterized by subtle differences in appearance, meaning, sound, etc.
Examples:
nuanced view. The common but nuanced opinion. The sommelier can distinguish nuanced variants in the flavor of the wine.
Variation.
The act or state of changing, a difference or change in the way something is done, made, or said.
Examples:
variation of temperature, gene variation. There is a lot of variation in the colors of flowers in the garden.
Contradiction.
The assertion of the opposite of what has been said, opposition, denial.
Examples:
contradiction of capitalism. Apparent contradiction. His statement was filled with contradictions that made it difficult to take seriously.
Paradox.
A statement, situation, or person that has two opposite facts or features and therefore seems impossible, is difficult to understand, or is strange.
Examples:
French paradox. The paradox of the heap. There are many theories to explain this paradox.
Myth.
An ancient story or set of stories accepted as history, especially explaining the worldview of a people.
Examples:
the myth of an old religion. Perpetuate a myth. With the financial bubble bursting, the myth of economic growth in investment banking collapsed.
Fiction.
The type of book or story, especially novels, that describes imaginary events and people, anything made up or imagined that is not true.
Examples:
stuff of science fiction. Non-fiction bestseller. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Authenticity.
The quality of being real or genuine.
Examples:
authenticity verification. Lack authenticity. The museum's experts confirmed the authenticity of the painting.
Vital.
Necessary for the success or continued existence of something.
Examples:
play a vital role. Vital for a healthy society. Perseverance and optimism are vital to success.
Importance.
The quality of being important and worthy of note.
Examples:
a man of importance. High importance. I stopped by the branch though I have no business of importance.
Necessity.
The state or fact of being needed, anything indispensable.
Examples:
in great necessity. The necessity of the concrete measure. He emphasized the necessity of immediate action.
Commitment.
A promise or firm decision to do something or to behave in a certain way.
Examples:
A commitment to an alliance. Meet his commitments. His business commitments took him to the United States.
Plea.
An appeal or request, especially for help or understanding, a legal excuse or defense, an earnest entreaty or supplication.
Examples:
Plea bargaining. Emotional plea. The defendant entered a plea of not guilty during his trial.
Sincere.
Of a person, feelings, or behavior, open and genuine, not deceitful.
Examples:
A sincere man. Express sincere regret. Please accept my sincere condolences on your friend's death.
Refuse.
To show that one is not willing to do or accept something.
Examples:
Refuse a request. Refuse the company. My initial reaction was to refuse.
Dogmatic.
Characterized by strong and unwavering opinions or beliefs that are often expressed with force and without consideration for alternative viewpoints or evidence.
Examples:
Dogmatic beliefs. Dogmatic approach. The company's old dogmatic policies were the cause of its downfall.
Attempt.
An act or effort of trying to do something, especially something difficult.
Examples:
The attempt to rescue the hostages. A reckless attempt. The third attempt was far more successful.
Futile.
Incapable of producing any useful result, pointless.
Examples:
Futile talk. Make a futile protest. It was futile to try and fix the broken vase, as it was too badly damaged.
Outlive.
To live longer than another person.
Examples:
Outlive its usefulness. Outlive our child. She outlived her husband for many years.
Cultivate.
To prepare and foster land for growing crops or plants.
Examples:
Cultivate a field. Cultivate relationships. University is a great place to cultivate our minds and expertise.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.